Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Apparently, I guess I posted a video yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and just kind of give me an update of what's going on in my life, what's happening, and everything like that. Just kind of keeping things fresh. And I told you guys, I mentioned how I have a cold sore. Well, this morning I woke up and I have like some bubbles or something. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, what is happening here? I don't know what that is, but this right here, what is going on with me? I have no idea. Like, I had washed all my bedding, my pillows, and everything. I'd washed my face. I took showers. I have done everything I can possibly do. And I woke up and I feel like it feels almost like impetigo, I think it was. Anyways, you gotta look it up. It's basically almost like like a bacterial or some kind of infection that's underneath the skin. I'm trying not to rub it too much because it makes it more redder, but I'm not trying not to like mess with it too much. But it's weird. I just woke up with it. It didn't itch. It didn't do anything. There was no warning. It was just there. Again, just like my lip, no warning. It was just there. I don't know. Have you got any remedies, home remedies you guys can, talk about? I remember one time not long ago, I ended up with a really, really bad case of it. Literally, it was all like up on my nose. It was all across my lip. It was down on my chin. It was like my whole, like, just right in here was all like, it looked so gross. I looked like I had some kind of like weird, like bacterial staph or something. I don't know. So I ended up getting some medication for it. I know it's a type of herpes, which is not. When you think of herpes, you think, ew, that's gross, ew. You know what I mean? It's not a sexual thing. It is mainly, this is a type of herpes. It's a simplex. There's a simplex 1 and a simplex 2. I think there may be a 3, but it's rare. But I do not get mad at me if I get them confused because I didn't look this up prior before talking about it. But I think one of them is where it's a herpes virus that you have, and it's typically geared towards more of genital herpes. That happens, it's a type of STD, things like that, and it's just awful. The other one, that's more related to, like, you get it around your mouth, your nose, typically. Some people actually get it up to their eye, which is really rare, but it can happen. It is basically, it's a bacterial or viral or whatever it is infection. What happens is, typically, like, if you scratch your skin, you have micro, like, scratches, like you just like went like this, and some kind of bacteria got into the skin, and then it kind of festers up like this, and over time sometimes it can spread. The more you pick at it, if you pop those little bubbles, which is so hard for me not to want to pop them, but they look like they're clear. It looks like it's clear fluid in them. Think of like the blisters you get when you get sunburned, and they're like, you see the clear fluid underneath. It's like, I want to pop those, but if you pop them, that's the infection. It's going to spread. So it's best not to pop them at all. Just let it sit there. Eventually, the body will reabsorb everything, and they'll go down. The swelling, the redness, everything will go down, and it'll go away. Otherwise, you pop them, you're more going to introduce to, 1, it's going to spread. 2, it's possible that you can it can cause scarring on the skin. You'll actually have a little, like, light pinkish or reddish blemish there that's on the surface of the skin because it damaged the layer of skin. So it's better not to mess with it. But yeah, I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I have noticed sometimes when I do get these, it sometimes happens when I'm either really stressed, or hormonally, whether it's either that time of the month or I'm actually kind of sort of going through perimenopause a little bit. I'm just starting that. So, I have PCOS, so my period's either non-existent for years, and then suddenly here, randomly, last 6-7 months, I suddenly started having periods, and so I'm actually gone to my OBGYN, and she said my age, I'm in my younger 40s, so I'm still not technically perimenopausal yet. My hormones looked good. The blood work looks good. It's just, now we're just trying to see what is going on. So I have to do like this surgery where they're going to actually literally going to have to go in and literally scrape my uterus, a biopsy, and see what's going on and what's causing this irregular bleeding that's happening. But anyways, so that was a side quest here. But back to this. So yeah, typically I would have it around that time. It's very common. Most women do. We get breakouts, we get zits, we get. It's just hormonal. That's what happens when you hit your preteens. You start getting acne. It is just hormonal. So I ended up I only get it in that time, or I typically get it after I've been sick. Now looking back, I was sick. I did have a low grade fever when I was sick back at Christmas and New Year's, so it's possible this could be a delayed reaction. I don't know. It could be a little bit of stress. My daughter just went back to college, so I'm kind of dealing with that a little bit right now. Which I don't feel like I'm stressed, but it's possible that I could have small underlying issues that's causing me stress, which could be my anxiety is probably going to start going back up again. My body's resetting. I'm probably, dealing with because I'm waiting to clean and declutter and all that mess that it's probably causing my body to be kind of out of whack a little bit. So with that being said, this is what I'm dealing with today. So I do have some ointments I can put on there. I don't want to take these pills because when I had that big old breakout where it was all in my nose, my mouth, my lips, it was so bad. I was so embarrassed to leave the house. It was so bad. But they gave me a pill I take like one or two pills. I take like 3 pills a day for day one. Day two, I take two, and so forth. And then take one pill a day for like 5, 6, 7 days or whatever. And then what it does, it works from the inside out, and it actually works really well. The side effects of it, and the one thing I really hate about it was it caused me horrible headaches as long as I was on it, and the aftertaste of the pill was so nasty because it's like as soon as you swallow it, you can kind of taste the aftertaste. Oh, it was so gross, but it worked. It does work because it works from the inside out. And I hadn't had any issues since. And it's been over a year, almost 2 years. And now these are popping up now. So I'm going to watch it, see if it spreads. I hope it doesn't, but if it starts spreading, I may have to call my doctor, ask him for another course load of that stuff, and then go from there. But anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick. I think I was going to talk about how with the cutting off of food stamps for people. Okay, so is it just me? And I'm just gonna propose this question because I'm curious. Maybe you guys can comment down below. What do you think? Um, here in the U.S. how the United States is talking about food stamps cutting people off, cutting or making requirements in order to get them, which I'm fine with, but to have but then not only do you have requirements to get these, but also you can only use your food stamps for healthy items, which they have yet to literally give you a list. And I'm shocked they haven't done this before from the very beginning. They do it with WIC. And if you don't know what WIC is, it's women, I think it's called Women, Infant, Children, or something like that, or whatever. It's basically a program that pregnant women, and women who have children under the age of 5 can get vouchers for some basic food things. Like they can get bread, juice, milk, peanut butter. I think they get so much money towards like fruits and vegetables, produce. I don't know if they add any more. Some of them you can get like formula, and then there's some cases you can actually get diapers and things like that. But it's only good, and they're very strict on what you can get. It can only go for these items, and it's so strict to the point that even many Walmarts have created a mini, like almost like a mini convenience store inside of Walmart's that it's literally catered for WIC. So you can, if you don't have to walk through the whole store trying to guess what qualifies, what doesn't, everything in this little section is WIC approved, and you could just go through there, walk in, get it, and get out. Basically, I don't know if a lot of Walmarts still have them. I know that they did years ago. I remember seeing them, and I thought that was kind of neat. I thought it was kind of good and convenient. But and I know also not only that, but I myself, I was on WIC. This was back, my kid, when I was pregnant with my daughter, and she's now in college now, so it's been that long. But since we haven't been on it, but I didn't have another kid after her, so there was no point. But when we were on it, I remember it was so convenient for us because I could literally go to Walmart and be like, okay, and I have my daughter or I'm pregnant and I can't walk through the whole store to get milk or juice or whatever, just to get one or two items. I mean, that's a lot to deal with. I can just literally, the convenience store is really right by the opening of the building, where I can just walk in the main entrance and then go through another door, and there's like a little store, and I can get these little items off the shelves. There's a one register, slide my, give. Back then they had the vouchers were like paper, and they would have to write down the prices and so forth, and then tell me how much I've left, and then that's it, and I can just leave. I don't have to walk through the whole store or wait in line and do all this other stuff, which I really loved. It was actually very convenient, and I didn't have to guess about it. I didn't have to worry about anything. So I don't know if they still have them yet. It's been a long time since I've been inside of a Walmart. I think the last time I was in a Walmart was over a year ago. I typically avoid going to Walmart, so I'm more likely to go inside of a Target than I am a Walmart. But I'm not nothing shady about Walmart. I'm just saying it's just my preference. I can't handle their lighting. It gives me headaches, migraines, and I get panic attacks. Anxiety attacks. It's just too much. It's overwhelming. So, which it used to didn't be like that, but yeah, that's a whole nother video. So anyways, so my thing is, though, I'm shocked that they didn't put those same guidelines that they had in WIC inside food stamps. And they said when they give you food stamps, because I remember when I asked the counselor at WIC, I said, I need more than just peanut butter, bread, juice, and milk. You give me a voucher for 6 gallons of milk a month, and I can't just, one, I don't drink that much, and two, I'm not going to go, I'm not going to, I need more than just milk. And so I remember her telling me, she's like, unfortunately, if you need more than just this, you need to apply for food stamps, and you need to get that. And needless to say, I ended up not getting food stamps, but that's what I was told. And I was like, okay, so I think a lot of people that are you can be on both programs at the same time, which to me is so crazy, because those that have multiple children, if you have one child that's, if you're pregnant, okay, so you qualify for WIC for you because you're pregnant, and you have, let's say you have a 3-year-old, okay, and then say if you have another one that's 5 going on 6, about to age out of WIC, and then you have another one that's probably like 8, 9, 10, and then you probably have a teenager somewhere around that timeline. Any kid that's above the age of 5, they can't get WIC. So whenever you go in to get your vouchers for WIC, they're only gonna give you enough for the 3-year-old and you, because you're pregnant. But the other kids, they're not counting them as eating that food or drinking that drinks or anything like that. So you have to, what are you going to do? So you would apply for food stamps. So you get food stamps. Food stamps will take into account your pregnancy plus the 3-year-old plus all the other kids, the rest of the family. So you can actually get a pretty good amount for not only on WIC, but also on food stamps. You can get both at the exact same time. And I think that's crazy to me, because I'm thinking if you're going to get food stamps while you're on WIC, I think your pregnancy and the 3-year-old should not be applied to the food stamp part, because they're already getting WIC. And the 3-year, you know what I'm saying? So, but people are going to be like, well, the 3-year-old eats more than milk and cereal and things like that. But how much does a 3-year-old really eat? They can eat a peanut butter sandwich. You know what I mean? They can eat, I'm pretty sure if you can afford to, pay your rent, your utilities, and and have a new iPhone and stuff like that, you can afford to feed a 3-year-old. They don't really absolutely have to be on the food stamp side of the application. But I digress on that part. So my point is that these restrictions that are now putting in place for food stamps is that you can't buy, soda, chips, certain juices, it has to be like under a certain amount of sugar in them and things like that. Okay, I understand that. But what I don't think is right is that you're restricting because you're thinking you want them to be healthy. You call it healthy, which is crazy to me, but you want them to be healthy when they're on this program. If you really want Americans who are on food stamps to be healthy and choose better choices on their food and what they're buying with this money, how about also this? Why don't you also approve for dietitians, nutritionists, for um, gym memberships? Why don't you give them a voucher like once a year? They can purchase at least one, like a workout equipment of some sort. Like they can get one time a year, you can give them like a disc, or they have a card. They can use this card, and it can be get 50% off of like a treadmill or a bike or some I guess some dumbbells or something like that, so they can work out at home, so they can apply for those things. Give them 50% off of any vitamins they can buy over the counter. Why don't they don't offer these things? Now, there are programs out there, like certain Medicare programs that do apply what they call, it's like a healthy living card kind of thing, where you can get like so much money a month, and you got to use that money to buy like you can get vitamins, you can get cold medicine and things like that. But that's only if you're on like a Medicare type of program. The general census of people that are on food stamps are not on Medicare and things like that. They're literally just like regular, like 20, 30 year olds who have multiple kids and they need to feed them, basically. So I think they should at least, if you're going to take something away, you need to add something to it. And you can't use the guys, oh, we want America healthy. You want America healthy. Okay, good. Take away those snacks. How about this? Also this. Don't even make it available. Don't even allow companies to make food that is unhealthy to be even in here in America, in this country. Don't even allow chips to be on the shelves. Don't even allow soda to be on the shelves. Don't allow candy to be produced. I mean, if you really truly want Americans to be healthy, or do you just want, and I'm thinking, why, on the flip side, if I'm a business person, which we know America is a corporation, and a businessman that's in Congress, why would I want to prolong the lives of those that are living off of my income? Like, why would I want somebody who doesn't want to get a job and pay for their own meals, their own food, their own stuff, and I have to pay taxes to pay for their stuff? Why would I want them to live longer? It doesn't make sense, right? So honestly, I don't believe the guys if they're saying the reason they're restricting these things is because they want people to be healthy. I don't believe that one bit. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. I think honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I do know that it does not make sense. I firmly do not believe our government wants us to prolong the lives of those that are on the system. Because if they did, one, they would get better health care. Two, they would get better options than what they have when it comes to food items. Three, they would also get more access to like gym memberships, going to therapy, getting mental health meds, getting access to vitamins and all that stuff, whatever it is, without having to pay out of pocket for it. I mean, if you really truly believe that the government is for your health, you're living on a rock. You're not even, you can't be an American. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on. I just firmly believe that it doesn't matter because they're both corrupt to me. I believe that if the government really truly wants people to be healthy, they would already start at the source. If you want the people to be healthy, then why even offer the options we have? Whether you're on food stamps or not. If you're not on food stamps at all, why do I have an option for soda and chips and all this other supposedly unhealthy things that a lot of other countries do not have in their country because they deemed it to not be healthy or it's not good for you. But America, we don't care. Our restrictions are nil. I mean, we'll welcome anything on the shelves. So think about that. Anyways, so that's what I want. I just wanted to implement that. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think about all these things when it comes to food stamps, whether you're on it or not? And how do you feel about it? I mean, I think it's crazy. If you're going to take away, if you're going to have restrictions on food items, at least give them gym memberships, workout equipment, access to vitamins, better health care, things like that. If you want to truly be healthy, if you're going to take away one, you got to add something else to the mix. You can't take away the mac and cheese but not give them a salad. I'm just saying. Anyways, guys, comment down below. Say subscribe. Make sure you are. Like this video if you like it, and comment down below. I'm really interested. I really want more comments. So please comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm curious, and I hit your notification bell because you never know when I'll post a video out, and never know what's going to come out of my mouth, what I'm going to think about, what I'm going to say. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your support. Bye.